What is good, Carti people, and welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Bob Lamb. In today's video we'll be talking about the new Uzi and Carti. And no, it's not what you think. Like, Uzi and Carti cannot be replaced, but their positions, like, within the last couple years will be replaced by like the newer generation. It's just like a little a cycle, if you will, the circle of life. You know, Uzi and Carti are gonna go up to like the future Young Thug GOAT level. Future and Young Thug go up to like Jay-Z, and like it just continues. But I know a lot of people had some conflicting opinions on Twitter, so I thought I'd talk about it. Plus, it's an interesting topic that I'm getting really into lately, especially with these SoundCloud rappers coming up in the game. So without further ado, the new Uzi and Carti. Let's talk about it. Okay, so as I mentioned in the intro, or maybe not, I don't remember, I'm tired as hell out here drinking Kool-Aid with caffeine in it and no cap. This is not to get anybody all riled up, because we are not replacing Uzi and Carti again. It's just the circle of life, baby. We evolving out here. We got motherfucking cocoons and metapods trying to turn into butterfrees. But as I was saying, this whole discussion all started because of a TikTok from a guy named Drip. Now again, I don't have TikTok downloaded on my phone, so y'all are really making me download it. This Drip dude essentially said SoFaygo is the new Carti for Gen Z. And if you've been watching the channel a little bit lately, I've been hyping up SoFaygo because he is so fuego, and he's definitely been making moves in 2020 and early 2021. I think he's gonna be like the next big artist. You heard it here first. And actually, before we get into the little TikTok, I know some of y'all have been listening to these artists like Summers, SSG, Kobe, SoFaygo, Autumn, Cochise, everyone for like a long time, because they've been out for, you know, the past 3-4 years, maybe even longer. But they are just finally catching into more of the mainstream and TikTok media. So we're not late per se. I don't know why everybody says that. They still got like 30,000 followers on SoundCloud, so it's nothing big yet, but they're definitely making moves. So anyway, let's get into this video and start analyzing and dissecting what this Drip gotta say.
In the studio and I got that pack. I'm in trouble, I'm at no cap. I'm fucking your bitch and I'm breaking her back. I was riding around in the scat. Said she giving me head on my back. I get one till I jump up.
All right, so if we read this TikTok right quick, it says SoFaygo is the new Carti for Gen Z. Either way, something to notice is the dude didn't even play a SoFaygo song in the background. It was actually from D Savage, you know, the guy who been savaging for Carti's D for the past couple of years now, trying to beef with him, trying to get Carti's meat, Carti's kebab stick. And now, before everyone starts arguing, as I said before, I don't think he's saying that SoFaygo sounds like Carti, because Carti got his own unique sound. He already progressed from like spacey beats with flow. It moved on to the vampire alternative punk psyched out style, or whatever it's called. So nobody can replace Carti or Uzi. But I think what this dude means is that stylistically, and in the sense of like the fan base of like the underdog, the hype, SoFaygo and this whole SoundCloud rapper group, even though, you know, maybe they're not all cool with each other, they're taking over, and they have the cult-like fan bases to take them to the top, just like Carti and Uzi, and create as much anticipation around their next projects as Carti and Uzi did with Whole Lotta Red and Eternal Take. Because if you haven't seen these SoundCloud rappers, I made a video on the second channel talking about like Summers beef with SoFaygo and blah blah blah, and I said like Summers diss track towards SoFaygo was trash, and then I had all of the Summers stans coming at me because they're stuck in winter and summer just ain't hitting. But just to get into a little bit of statistics, and we're not going to get into numbers, I'm just gonna tell y'all some facts, because I already know it's true, even though I don't even have to check the numbers. But if we look at all these SoundCloud rappers and numbers like Instagram likes, plays and whatnot, their fan base is so engaged with their music and creations and art and whatnot. Anything they drop gets eaten up like goddamn Kylie Jenner's and Travis Scott when he was hitting that wet the other day, when he tweeted at like 7 in the morning or something. Dude seriously made a whole ass baby before I even woke up that day. Thing is though, if Travis Scott was a sea turtle, he'd be dead from all that plastic that he just ate, you know. But now that I gave y'all my opinion, let's read some of the comments and see how badly people reacted, because people are super toxic on TikTok. It might be the most toxic platform, even worse than Twitter at this point. Somebody said Carti is Carti foe. It's a great argument. What you mean, Gen Z, Carti, you saying that like Carti got gray hairs or something? I mean, that's true. I mean, Carti and Uzi are still in the game. They're still like very new. Carti just dropped an album and it finally hit 100K, and I think it's his second studio album technically, with self-titled just being a mixtape. But they are still getting to the point where they are almost OGs, Uzi and Carti that is. They pretty much already are to the next generation of rappers, to Sofaygo, Cochise, all of these people. Like pretty much every single rapper nowadays is influenced in some way by Uzi and Carti. They opened up a whole lane from people, just like with Young Thug and Future, Uzi and Carti were influenced by. Uzi even named himself Baby Pluto after Pluto, Future's alter ego. Not to mention the fact that Sofaygo does kind of sound like Lil Keed and Carti in a way. He still got his own style, don't get me wrong, but he's definitely influenced by Carti. There's no hating on that aspect whatsoever. There's literally nothing wrong with that either. Everybody is influenced by something. Even the big people like Drake, they take like bits and styles from other people and make it their own. That's what art is. Other people are arguing Carti is Carti for Gen Z, bro. Now, I don't know how to feel about this because, you know, I'm 24, so I'm not even Gen Z. I'm not a millennial either. I think I'm like in between the two generations. I'd have to say the Gen Z, they don't really like Carti that much. I feel like a lot of the younger people, I don't know how old Gen Zers are nowadays, but I'm pretty sure that's like after 2000s. Let me look that up. One sec. Okay, so Gen Z is between 6 and 24 years old right now, so I might even be Gen Z. So I don't know if dude meant Gen Z. Gen Z is like it's really hard to define. So like I even thought it was like the younger kids who are like 10 years old right now. So if we take his statement literally, no, Carti is the Carti for Gen Z. But if we take it for how he meant, which was like the next generation, I don't know, Gen Z bros or something like that, or the last generation if we go into this goddamn civil war, those kids do not like Playboi Carti. That's why Whole Lot of Red got trashed on Twitter with a whole lot of skips, whole lot of trash, everything saying bad stuff about Whole Lot of Red when it dropped, because they simply just don't like the punked out, psyched out style that we were talking about a little bit earlier. They like the more pop stuff and SoundCloud rappers. Plus, I don't know about Sean, I think this happened to Uzi and Carti, but the whole underdog story of Uzi and Carti, everybody hating them at first because they were like the mumble rappers coming out in like 2016. I know Carti was out before then and Uzi was too, but that's when like they really started to pop off. But now that they've already gained some sort of success, it doesn't really have like that strength of the fan base anymore yet. Like I know they have a cult like fan base still, but it's not as tight knit. The diversity of the fan base has grown. There's a lot of casual listeners. There's a lot of people that don't know like the ins and outs of the artists, whereas with Autumn, Summers, Sofaygo, SSG, Kobe, Cochise, all of their fans are like literally on their dick. They know like how many hairs they got on their left nut. They know exactly when music is dropping. They know about every single beef, every single fact about their person, their sister's middle name. Y'all get the gist. And that was the same thing back when Uzi and Carti were in 2016. And so similarly to the mumble rap era, Sofaygo and all those people are getting hated on, saying like, nah, they're just a clone of so and so. Just like Uzi, people were telling him that he was just a clone of Young Thug, and people were telling Carti he's a clone of Chief Keef. It's just, again, the circle of life. This happens with every single evolution of artists and rappers. Trippie Redd was a Lil Uzi Vert clone at first, even though he sounds nothing like Uzi. But there was definitely some influence because Trippie himself did even say that Lil Uzi Vert is a GOAT. But let's read some more comments. Some people actually think that Sofaygo is actually going to be better than Playboi Carti. Now, I think Sofaygo still has a lot to prove here. Same with all the other artists like Summers, Autumn, all of those, with trying out new sounds and whatnot. But I'm not saying that they don't have potential. Now, this person specifically said, I feel like Faygo is going to be better than Carti when he gets more known. And then another person says, objectively, Faygo is more talented. Faygo can sing, be lyrical, R&B, straight vibes, all of it. Carti just says on a beat and his fans eat it up. Again, I think Sofaygo has a lot to prove, but this early in his career with all the singing and whatnot, it does show that he's pretty talented. But being a great artist isn't necessarily about being super diverse with singing, rapping. It's about specializing. Now, I know we have the Drake, who's like one of the best rappers, but also one of the best R&B singers, but that's not the rule. That's the exception. We love Carti because he got a straight vibe that we with heavy that, you know, a lot of people don't. And that's why Carti is still kind of niche. Uzi is a lot bigger and kind of more mainstream than Carti at this point. And as for the rest of the comments, it's just a bunch of people arguing who's better, Carti or Sofaygo, and then a bunch of people saying that this dude is taking an L for even making such a hot take of Sofaygo being the next Carti. And I think there's room for multiple Cartis in the game. Like, I don't think dude actually meant he will replace Playboi Carti. Carti's not going anywhere, especially after almost doubling his sales of his last album. But Sofaygo SoFaygo's numbers definitely going up right now. And I think come late 2021, he's definitely going to be up there with some of the bigger rappers, along with some of his peers like Summers, Autumn, SSG, Kobe, Cochise. Let me know in the comments if you have any other people for me to check out that are kind of in that group. But all in all, it's not about the sound or the music. It's about the anticipation and hype around them, with the fan bases being like cult-like, doing anything and everything for that artist every single time they drop music or drop a poster. How like secretive about their aesthetic they are, and the anticipation of all their drops. I think that's what dude meant with SoFaygo being the next Carti. Not necessarily, again, Carti being replaced whatsoever. That's not going to happen. He's literally at his peak of his career, or, you know, at the highest thus far, and he might even go even farther with the next album, but we'll see. And so with that, it's your boy Bob Lamb signing off, cloning Uzi and Carti in the basement so that I can make the next wave of whatever's coming up next, Uzi and Carti, and make all that bread. Let me know in the comments if you agree with this dude on TikTok. Is SoFaygo the next Carti, and any of these other SoundCloud rappers, they're gonna be the next Uzi, or, you know, similar vibe to that? Make sure to like and subscribe while you're at it for the latest hip-hop news, drama, and analysis videos, as well as to follow me on all my socials in the description, or join the Bob Gang if you with it. Peace out, cut it, people. North Scene.